So this topic is very important for you. I really hope you listen to all of it. My name is Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. And the topic is, what do you do if your man starts taking you for granted? I want you to know something. I've written a couple of books. I have courses for men and courses for women. And I've identified 3 main killers of marriages. And there's a 4th. But the first one, I call it over-familiarity, which in a nutshell means that you've gotten so used to each other that you're starting to, you got it, take each other for granted. You see, he's not the only one taking you for granted. You're also taking him for granted. And you may be saying, no, I don't do that. So I'm going to prove to you, before we go any further, I'm going to prove to you that you do. And how do I know? How can he be so sure? Well, I've been doing this for a long time. So I know the cause and effect relationships, which is everything in marriage. If you see an effect, you can assume a cause. It's like gravity. If I hold a pencil up here and I let it go, you already know it's going to fall until it hits the desk or the ground or something, because not like you're an expert on gravity, but because you've seen it happen so many times. Me too. I have seen so many marriages. I didn't start out helping people save their marriages. I was a divorce mediator. So man, can I tell you about the problems. This is the biggest. Over-familiarity. And how do I know you're guilty of it too? And I hate that word, guilty. Because if you were still treating him the way you did before you got married, he would be treating you like the queen. Think about it. Both of you got married basically for the same reasons. You had the same desires. Everyone does. The desire is to have happiness, right? Who gets married without that desire? Now, you don't talk about it, but you want to be happy. The other thing is you want love. Not just any kind of love. You want marital love, which means unconditional love, because you can't get that anywhere else in the world. Yeah, your mother kind of gave it to you, but this is different. Your mother gave it to you just the way you give it to your children, because it's just part of the deal of being a mother. She's got a great heart, lovely woman, but she's compelled by biology, by instincts, to love you and protect you unconditionally. You didn't have this going for you when you get married, you might say. You volunteered. Your husband volunteered to be married to each other with the desire to have this need for unconditional love fulfilled. And now he's taking you for granted and you're going, this isn't fair. But what happened was, after you got married, like everyone else pretty much, you stopped doing the things to win him, to make him feel amazing that you used to do. In other words, you now take him for granted because you got him. He's your husband. And he did the same thing and is doing the same thing. And it becomes a descending cycle. Oh, the name of my book, Breaking the Cycle. How do you get out of this? Well, in a nutshell, because I'm not going to sell you my books, I'm not going to sell you the course. They speak for themselves. If you need them, you'll feel it, and you'll go to our website at themarriagefoundation.org. and you'll sign up. Or you'll write to our counselors. It's a free service. You'll subscribe to this channel because you could see this is real stuff. This is real stuff. Who else talks about over-familiarity? Taking for granted. I don't go the way of Western psychology. I don't ask about this or that or what your childhood was like. I don't care because you have free will. This is an amazing thing you have, this free will. What it means is that everything in the past is irrelevant because you have the choice about how you're going to behave right now. So your husband could be a total jerk towards you, and you still have the free will to choose to not return the favor. You don't have to be a jerk towards him. You can be an independent thinker and say, his behavior is off. He is being disrespectful towards me. He is taking me for granted. He is using me. He's not appreciating me. He's not expressing love like he used to. But I am in control of me. I can't control him. So I am still going to love him. I'm going to single-handedly break the cycle. I don't even need Paul's book. Yes, you do. I don't even need Paul's book. I don't need his course. I'm going to use my free will starting right now, and I'm going to treat him the way that I did before we got married. I'm going to ignore the fact that he is taking me for granted because I believe Paul. He's taking me for granted because I'm taking him for granted, and I'm taking him for granted, so he's taking me for granted. We have a cycle going. I'm going to be the one to break it. And I'm not going to allow temptation to interfere with this commitment that I have to myself to be a better person than I have been. And I guarantee that if you are able to do this, if you are able to overcome your habits of complaining, your habits of disrespecting him, your habits of having expectations of him, it'll turn your marriage around. If you can do this. Now, in our course for women, in our course for men too, the very first thing we talk about is how to overcome these negative habits. But going back to what you should have done, you didn't know any better, so I'm not blaming you. But what you should have done when you got married was you should have not thought, oh boy, now I'm married. This is the happiest day of my life. Yahoo, let's get drunk. No, you should have had a game plan for going forward to increase your love to your husband, increase the happiness in your marriage, but no one teaches us how until now. So you can do it. You have the power. It's an amazing thing to learn the truth, isn't it? So let's recap this. He is taking you for granted, and I'm not going to say because you are taking him for granted, but I'm going to say unequivocally, you are taking him for granted. If you stop that, you will break the cycle, and your marriage will get better, and he will start treating you with the love, respect, and kindness that he should be treating you that way for his own sake, because those are expressions of love. And that's why you want to do it with him. Not for what you're going to get back, but because Beatles had this great song, I think it was Paul McCartney. The love you take is equal to the love you make. Do you remember that? The love you take is equal to the love you make. So you put out the love, and that is the love that you experience. It's not a reciprocation. You don't get love by giving love from the person to whom you're giving love. This is false. It's just simply not how it works. But as you give love, you feel that love filling you up. And that's the real experience of love. But that's a whole nother topic. We'll save that for another day. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like this video. I hope you subscribe to this channel. I hope you leave a comment, share this. Whatever you do, share your love with me. And I share my love with you. God bless you. Thank you. And I'm Paul Friedman from the Marriage Foundation. Take care. And God bless.